So, do we have real democracy? At its core, democracy is supposed to be a system where individuals' votes carries equal significance and the collective will of the people shapes the direction of society. However, in practice, the reality falls short of this ideal. External influences such as media manipulation and fear-inducing campaigns skew the voting process, leading people to make decisions based on prejudices and fear rather than their true socioeconomic interests. Capitalism, with its inherent contradictions and emphasis on profit over the interests of society, profoundly impacts our democratic systems. The term democracy originates from the Greek words demos, meaning people, and kratos, meaning rule. Yet in capitalist society, it is the interests of capital that rule. Capitalists, driven by their pursuit of profit, yield significant economic power and influence political decision-making, often to the detriment of genuine democratic governance. In countries like the United States, political candidates are often handpicked by the ultra-wealthy and powerful corporations. These entities then use sophisticated propaganda techniques to sway public opinion in their favor. The concentration of wealth within capitalist societies translates into political influence, allowing capitalists to shape legislation, media narratives, and public opinion to maintain their hegemony. This erodes any real power of the people, turning what we call democracy into a mere farce. This means that we do not have real democracy. The influence of capitalism extends far beyond national borders. Entities like the CIA have historically intervened in sovereign nations to safeguard capitalist interests, always hidden behind the veil of fighting for American democracy.
Have we ever tried to meddle in other countries' elections?
Oh, probably, but it was for the good of the system in order to avoid the communists from taking over. For example, in Europe, in 47, 48, 49, the Greeks and the Italians,
we don't do that now, though? We don't mess around other people's elections, Jim?
Only for a very good cause.
Can you do that? Do a Vine video on a former CIA director.
Only for a very good cause in the interests of democracy.
All right, thanks for being here. It's always great to see you.
These interventions, whether in South America, Africa, or the Middle East, demonstrate the lengths to which capitalist powers will go to protect their dominance. This global influence further undermines the concept of genuine democracy, as external powers manipulate political landscapes to serve their ends. Many individuals have realized that our current social and political system is a rigged system where people do not have power. However, despite this awareness, most lack a comprehensive understanding of the intricate workings of capitalism, and due to Red Scare propaganda are unfamiliar and scared of practical alternatives. This leads to a sense of disillusionment and apathy, eroding trust in any concept of democracy in general. The issue stems from the prevailing neoliberal ideals of hyper-individualism and distrust in others. Many people believe that the majority are inadequate to have their voices heard, due to thinking that others are simply stupid and dangerous. As trust in democracy erodes, people become vulnerable to right-wing extremist ideologies like fascism. This happens because, with politicians presenting their opposition as a threat to society, people only become more afraid to actually trust the power of the people, meaning that they no longer want any form of democracy. With those same politicians presenting themselves as saviors, offering false promises of salvation and solutions to complex societal problems, they exploit the disillusionment and apathy, luring individuals with the allure of strong, decisive leadership, ultimately paving the way for the rise of dictatorial regimes. However, in reality, these politicians serve the capitalist class, perpetuating the cycle of oppression and subjugation. What we in the West have called democracy is nothing more than a child's toy to keep us distracted from what is really happening. Capitalism, driven by its insatiable pursuit of profit, undermines democratic principles it claims to uphold. This is why Marxists say that we live under a dictatorship of the bourgeoisie. The demos, the people, are reduced to mere spectators, devoid of real agency and power. So how do we escape this dictatorship of the capitalist class? The solution is to establish a true one-person, one-vote system. We need a society that is genuinely democratic and serves the interests of the working class, allowing real democracy to thrive. In this kind of society, the collective voice of the people, free from the influence of capitalist interests, would determine the direction of the society. True democracy would involve the fair distribution of power, resources, and opportunities, enabling everyone to fully participate in the democratic process. In a real democratic society, if we want to create a society led by the workers, we also wouldn't have to suppress the voice of the capitalist class. In an unbiased system, individuals would vote based on their actual material interests. Workers would support candidates advocating for their rights, while capitalists would support those upholding their interests. However, since workers are the majority, a genuinely democratic system would naturally favor our collective interests. The current system, dominated by capitalist interests, prevents the emergence of a truly democratic society. By perpetuating inequality and manipulation, it keeps the masses disillusioned and disenfranchised. For those of us committed to a leftist vision of a world free from oppression and human misery, the defense and transformation of our political systems into tools for true democracy is paramount. Only through creating a system governed by all voices can we hope to achieve genuine democracy and a society led by the interests of the working class, free from the exploitation and suffering perpetuated by capitalism. If you enjoyed this video and would like to support us, and also stay updated on future episodes, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Additionally, you can support us on Patreon or visit our website to learn about alternative non-monetary ways to support our work. Join our public Discord server to become part of our community and submit questions for our Q&A on the monthly Politdigm podcast. Also, don't forget to drop a comment with questions you would like us to cover. Anyways, good studies, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.